With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes? Financial infidelity? I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Number 1 cause of divorce, money. The other 3, if you can be in agreement on them, religion, kids, whether to have them and how to treat them, and how to deal with crazy people in your extended family. Because all of these things are representative of your values and what your beliefs are. So when you can agree on your money, what you've ended up agreeing on is your dreams, your fears, your visions. You're in agreement, you're in alignment on those. Not only what they are, but how we're going to go after them. And now you've got real harmony, and you've got a high probability of building wealth. Yes. That's the odd part of it. That's the infinity loop, how it comes back in on itself.
Wait, who was that? Can we, Lewis House, can we hear that one more time? That was powerful. He came in cooking. The voice of reason, man. KBLA, you already know what it is. We're in here on fire with this powerful topic called spouseonomics. Who is that guy?
Number 1 cause of divorce, money. The other 3, if you can be in agreement on them, religion, kids, whether to have them and how to treat them, and how to deal with crazy people in your extended family. Because all of these things are representative of your values and what your beliefs are. So when you can agree on your money, what you've ended up agreeing on is your dreams, your fears, your visions. You're in agreement, you're in alignment on those. Not only what they are, but how we're going to go after them. And now you've got real harmony, and you've got a high probability of building wealth. Yes. That's the odd part of it. That's the infinity loop, how it comes back in on itself.
Man, that was fire, man. Lewis Howes and Dave Ramsey. What psycho-spiritual economy are you bringing into your relationship? Right? And is it in shambles? Are you looking for an intimate bailout? You know, some type of subsidy from your partner. Quantum love versus spreadsheet love. Measuring destroys the miracle. Your psychological insight, the very act of tracking affection, collapses spontaneity. Right? Your philosophical insight, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, mirrors Krishnamurti's choiceless awareness. Your clinical insight, mindfulness research shows that non-judgmental presence lowers stress and increases empathy. This is the type of economy we need in our relationships. We think money will answer everything. It won't. Your economic insight, markets need measurements, right? But conscious relationships thrive only when measurement stops. You can't even be a human without being measured. Make a mistake as a man or a woman, and that mistake sticks in your partner's head and serves as a reason for lowering your overall value in their mind. They'll say you're forgiven, but those are just words. The map is not the territory. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Atala, Houston, Texas. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Yo. This is so good. Can you hear me?
Yes. What up, niece?
Okay. So I was thinking about what you said earlier. I believe we were talking about like anxious or dismissive, and kind of the idea of like them not or wanting to kind of trade money for love and things like that. And something that kind of came to me is if you're in a state where you have yet to realize like the love for yourself, then you might not really believe in the existence of love. So it makes sense why they would go for something that's more tangible. It's kind of like how people treat God, in my opinion.
Talk about
or how they treat their relationship with God. I think a lot of us are good with believing in God as long as things are going well and as long as you can actually see things in your reality, right? Out picturing the way you want it to work. Things are going in the flow and in the fashion that you want it to work. Similar to our relationships. It's not until you have that bump in the road or you get triggered, then you start to doubt. So I think in regards to like our relationship with money, with God, with religion, all of it, each other, you know what I mean? It's not until you have a problem and your faith is tested, then you get to see like, I think where somebody's head really is. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Do you know what we needed for that little piece right there? Only God can do it. Do. I'm just saying, when it's good, we be dancing and prancing, and when it's good. But when it's
real easy to like praise and be real happy. And again, think about the way you treat your partner when your money is up, right? What does your treatment of your partner look like? And I'm gonna be honest, like I'm guilty of this. Like when my money is down, my treatment of myself is not too good either. All of a sudden, I'm speaking negatively, right? All that does is just like beget more and more trauma and more lack, right? And I think we do the same thing with one another. And so, it's just, I think it sucks because we're in such a weird place right now economically, just as a country. So it makes sense why our relationships will falter. But to me, I'm like, well, in that case, that's a sign. Move towards things that are maybe a little bit more spiritual, more ethereal. Focus on the being of your relationship and not the doing. Talking about bringing things to the table. There is no table. Table doesn't exist.
The table is gone? What happened to the table? Everybody talk about what they bring to the table. Attila, now you know that. People be like, this is what I bring to the table, and it's high value.
Because, again, those are all tangible things. Bringing things to the table is just another extension of doing. We would all rather be Martha than Mary.
Wow. Oh, well, I got questions for you. You know that, right?
Okay.
I'm just, I got questions. So you know how this is going to go. Listen, when we come forward, right, we're going to come back and we're going to hit Attila with some heavy questions. Because Attila, Attila's a little bit, this is our home run derby. I'm going to throw her some softball pitches and we going to see how she handles those questions when we come forward. More from the VOR.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land lost before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandlost.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We have a world that is telling us what to value and what a high value man or a high value woman looks like. And we need to get back in touch with what high value is to us. What's the kind of love that is in line with what I value, with what I care about? Because so many people, though the lists that people do have, whether they're literal lists or they're just in their mind, is that so much of what's on that list is about ego. It's not about what makes us happy.
Who was that? Hey, Matthew Hussey? Who was that other dude? Crease or Cease? They be cooking. You're listening to the VOR. You already know what it is. We got a powerful concept going right now, a topic about intimate relationships and your spouseonomics. There's literally a book called Spouseonomics, which inspired me to do this topic. Matthew Hussey, hey, he's always on fire. Love his work. Go look him up. And now my niece is on the phone, and what's interesting about this is our home run derby section where I just ask her questions. She's an educator. She's a very intelligent young woman. And she's my secret weapon for a lot of these topics, man. Like, she be in the background putting that old country stank on it, and it's fire. I love it. So I love questioning her. And I have questions set up. This gonna be heavy. Atala, are you ready?
You know it. Let's go.
The confidence, though. It was kind of like, Terrence Crawford confidence. You see that? Like,
I'm gonna try my bestest. I'm gonna try my bestest, child.
All right. Here we go. Which cheap signals seduced you the last time? And what costly signal do you require before granting premium access now?
Which cheap signals
seduced you the last time? What was it?
External confidence and the gift of gab.
So a smooth talker. Yeah. And he has internal confidence? Did we lose her? Oh, no. Jay, Andy said you couldn't handle the smoke, so you dropped the line. That's what Andy said. Andy out here. Listen, I got questions. Listen, just call back in, and there she is. We got her back. They said she dipped. Oh, the voice of reason is on fire. I'm going to tell you right now, my niece ain't scared. My niece is not scared, okay?
Hello. I'm not scared. I hear you talking mess. I am not scared. What had happened was I got a new phone and my face hit it. My bad. Okay, so what was it? You said the cheap?
I'm going to ask the question again. Which cheap signals seduced you the last time? And what costly signal do you require now before granting premium access?
So the first one, I think I said the gift of gab, right? I guess you could call it faux confidence, really. And costly, I mean, I feel like authenticity is the biggest thing for me now, right now. And that's very costly because I'm going to show up like me. And I realize that for some, that can be off-putting. So the reason why I would say that is costly is because it's really honestly costing me. I know that there's a chance that I might be spending time with a person who's just like, I don't know if I can do this. They might be fronting and faking like they can and then be like, I don't know about this. She a little much. She a little much. They're not going to tell me, but, like, you get what I'm saying.
I get it. All right, I got more. What opportunity costs do you pay weekly? Skills unfunded, networks unexplored, health deferred by maintaining toxic connections with folk. I got questions.
So what skills?
Yeah, what let me do it again. What opportunity costs do you pay weekly? Skills unfunded, networks unexplored, health deferred by maintaining toxic connections or bonds.
Okay. I hope I'm understanding the question. I mean, I would say in terms of opportunity cost, really, I would just say, like, time with myself. Like, when, I forgot the lady's name, the last lovely lady you had on, she was a spiritual lady.
Precious.
And she told me, yes, Precious. And she was saying that she was talking about presence and telling me essentially that I needed to really just, like, sit with myself and the answers would come. She's 100% right. And let me just say this because for me, I get a lot of ideas and understandings through dreams and in the time that I sleep. And that shouldn't be the only time that I'm having revelations or getting understanding. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like the biggest opportunity cost for me comes really at the expense of the time that I have with myself.
Right. And that's a heavy opportunity cost, because all opportunity cost means is in order for me to do this thing, I got to give up these things. Right. So if you look at somebody, like if we're looking at this question and we're looking at someone who's in a toxic relationship, right? In order to maintain that toxic relationship, the opportunity cost for them might be their own dreams, right? Unexplored, right? Their own skills unfunded, their networks unexplored, 100%. And then even their health deferred. And for many people, they don't look at it in terms of, like this spiritual economic kind of framing I'm using tonight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, I could be anywhere else in the world doing something else for myself that uplifts my spirit, rather than, staying addicted and locked into this space. Have you ever had moments where, that's what I was about to ask, have you ever had moments where you kind of deferred because you were kind of locked in a negative cycle?
100%. 100%. I think the most recent one was me realizing that my job, I have negative cycles with employment, with jobs. Not to say, I'm not saying I can't keep a job. I always have a job. You know this. But I think that's the thing. I stay, basically, but I mean, I'm staying busy, but like I said, at the expense of the time that I really should be being present with myself. And it's not to say that I don't want to work, but I think the question becomes, is the work effective? And is it adding to my spiritual quotient, or is it taking away from it? And that's something that I've had to really, I think, come to terms with, because I like money. I like money, but I also really I like the idea of stability. So that's why I feel like this topic is on point, because I think, again, the question is stability at what cost? But then what type of stability are we talking about? Like, there's no point in me having a, financial stability if my mind is all over the place, if my spirit is, in a state of unrest. Like, you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense.
No. I totally get it. Again, I got questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
When volatility arises, how do you adjust your interest rates, your boundaries, without revenge?
Boundaries without revenge. I mean,
when volatility,
my interest rates are going to go up. The more volatile it is, the higher my interest rate, the higher the cost of access, right? Because at this point now I'm having to, like you said, put up a boundary, but also I might be having to arm myself in the process. So if I'm having to arm myself, put up a boundary, essentially go into this hyper aware or hyper arousal type of state, then yes, the price has gone up.
Let me ask you, are you ready? Are you ready? My niece is ready for this work, man.
I'm ready for whatever. Look, I've been in the dojo training, but the other side of this, though, too, y'all got to understand, every day I'm writing, y'all. Every day I'm writing, reflecting, trying to talk about this stuff. I wish I had more people to talk about this with, because, to be honest, this level of truth, it's really hard for people to confront. And I think it's a gift that I think a lot of people have trouble receiving. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Why do you think that?
Because it's painful. It's painful. I had a dream the other night where I literally was crying and upset in the dream. And you know how that is when you have dreams that move you emotionally. Sometimes you wake up in that state, right? So I say all that to say, the knowledge and things that you're giving to people is them confronting that state in their waking life. That's a whole other story. You know what I mean?
This deep.
That's narc injury level, content. I love it.
I got questions. When an avoidant partner strategically withholds contact to inflate their perceived value, how does that artificial scarcity mimic a central bank engineering deflation, driving the anxious partner to buy attention at even higher emotional prices?
I mean, you basically answered the question in the question, right? If you are looking to access something and I'm withholding access to it, that only increases, like you said, the perception that it is more valuable. Just that's how we see education, right? Education, used to be, oh, pay $300 to go to school. Now it's what? 30 a year, 30K a year, something crazy like that, right? The more that you increase the cost of something, the more valuable in certain people's minds. I'm not going to say everyone, but the way the majority of us see it is that, oh, this thing must be valuable. That's why we have sayings like you get what you pay for. So for an avoidant, right, if they're in a place where they feel offended or feel like you have and I'm saying they as if I'm not an avoidant. I'm working on it. But
that's why I'm asking you these questions.
If you're in a place where like you feel like you've been offended, or like, you know, there's a certain place where you start at the deactivation strategy, you start pulling away or whatever the case may be, I would say unconsciously the idea is to start the chase. Right? And the only way I can do that is by making you think that you're going to lose something valuable.
Okay. This is getting real good. If anxious pursuit, somebody with an anxious, preoccupied attachment style, if anxious pursuit floods the market with unlimited supply of reassurance, does every extra text function like quantitative easing, printing emotional currency until it collapses in worth?
I mean, it already collapsed in worth when you started doing that, right? Once you start activating those anxious, I don't know what the word would be, anxious habits, right? You basically have already tanked your currency because you even started it in the first place.
Wow.
Because truth be told, like, you can't giving someone more of what they don't value does not increase your value.
Wow. And listen, we had to put it in this metaphor because a lot of people will hear the anxious, preoccupied talk or the attachment theory talk and not really get it and not really understand. Of course, in order to understand your own attachment style, whether it be secure, anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, avoidant, or fearful / disorganized, you have to go to therapy and have someone sit down and kind of walk you through the process of where you are. But if you have done that and you hear it in this, you know, this economy, this economic framing, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. You're devaluing the meaning behind your affection by giving it to someone who doesn't value it.
Exactly. I mean, if I don't like bananas and you keep handing me bananas, I'm eventually going to get upset at you. This is that's when that discard is getting ready to happen, because it's like, I already told you I don't want bananas. Like, why you keep giving me more of it? Like, think about it this way. I would even go as far as to say the avoidant is allergic to the affection of the anxious partner. So you really are actually like making them go into anaphylactic shock by continuously giving them something that they are allergic to, in a sense. And I think part of that is because, again, they perceive love as an enemy, as an irritant.
Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. When we come forward, back to Houston, Texas, man, this is good.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. President Trump is criticizing New York Governor Kathy Hochul for endorsing Zohran Mamdani for mayor, calling it a shocking and bad move for the city. Hochul backed Mamdani in a New York Times op-ed, praising his affordability platform, but noting she doesn't share all of his views.
I believe that we need someone who's going to be open-minded and optimistic.
Trump is signaling support for Andrew Cuomo and reportedly offered current black mayor Eric Adams a role in his administration if he drops out of the race. UCLA has fired head football coach Deshaun Foster, who is black, after an 0-3 start capped by a home loss to New Mexico. Tim Skipper will take over as interim coach. And Serena and Venus Williams are launching a new podcast called Stockton Street, named after their childhood street in Compton. Debuting Wednesday on X, the first episode was filmed at Arthur Ashe Stadium before the U.S. Open, with the sisters interviewing each other. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
The Los Angeles Public Library offers free services for the whole family. With a library card, you can borrow movies and books for free. Visit lapl.org. That's lapl.org.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, or worse? These are things your family members should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. If this has happened to your loved one, call Zoran at Basic Law Group at 800-215-1234 or visit basiclawgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, KBLA 1580 delegation, your health matters to us. We know that information is power, especially when it comes to prevention and treatment. That's why we're proud to introduce the brand new KBLA Health and Wellness Hub. This online space is built just for you, connecting our community to trusted health resources, culturally relevant care, and even access to diverse clinical trials and emerging therapies. Whether you're looking for information on common conditions, mental professional health support, or just want to stay on top of your wellness journey, we've got you. And the best part, it's all on our website at KBLA1580.com. Accessible, empowering, community-focused. So just go to KBLA1580.com and click on the Health and Wellness Hub icon, because knowledge is power and your health is everything. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
She turned away. Yeah, she turned around. She turned alright. Nothing's for certain again. Yeah, I know. Just what it is. It's just like rain. It's just like from moment to moment we go. Until it ends. As soon as we get comfortable, it changes overnight.
The speaker has said that going to an office every day from 9 to 5 is an intolerable imprisonment. But in any society, of all kinds of jobs have to be done. Is case teaching, therefore, only for the few? You want? Shall I read it again? The speaker has said that human society is so constructed throughout the world that most people are occupied with jobs, pleasant or unpleasant, from 9 to 5 every day of their life. And he said also that it's an intolerable imprisonment. I don't know how you feel about it. Probably you like being in prison. Probably you liked your jobs from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, rushing back and all the rest of it. What shall we do? To the speaker, he won't tolerate it for a single minute. For the speaker, I'd rather do something which would be pleasant, helpful, and necessary to earn enough money and so on.
Hey, Krishnamurti is basically saying the opportunity cost of him not helping people is too high for him to be at work. That's what he said. He called going to work a prison. I only use that as an example of opportunity cost. When you're in a toxic relationship, I want everybody who's listening to this show tonight to journal about the opportunity cost for you to stay in the toxic relationship? What did it cost you in terms of time? And how would you have spent that time? Right? Or maybe you're currently in a toxic relationship. I want you to calculate the opportunity cost. What is it costing you to stay? Very heavy stuff, right? We still got callers on the line. My niece is on, and I want to ask her a couple of questions that she herself crafted. Question number 3 here, agree or disagree? A SWOT analysis of your relationship is pretty much useless if you're unable to accurately assess yourself. True or false for you, and why did you write this? And why is it important? Why should we know about this SWOT analysis?
So first of all, I definitely agree that if you're doing a SWOT analysis on your relationship, it's pointless if you don't know how you're showing up. So the reason why I wrote that is more so to point out why your ability to, like I said, assess yourself in an accurate manner is important when it comes to you assessing the relationship as a whole. I think we like to assess our partners. A lot of times that's where the nagging comes in. You're not doing this. You don't do this. You get what I'm saying? Or even the chase, right? The whole idea of the runner-chaser dynamic, right? Doing a SWOT analysis on yourself would prevent that. Because if I see like, okay, I'm doing a little bit too much here. What is this anxiety? Like, where is it coming from, right? Like, why am I behaving in this way? How are they responding, right? Especially when you get to like the threats part. So the threat, what are the threats that I'm posing to myself? So that to me, for example, would answer the question about the sunken fallacy, the costs, the benefits, that sort of thing.
I love it. You know what, niece? I'm so proud of your growth and maturation. You a superhero now. I love it. Come on.
I look a superhero, but I'm just normal. It's a lot. You know this already. Every day.
I love it.
Something.
I love it. Guess what you just did, niece?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is on the board. More cities to come. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. LS, Hawthorne, California. Come on, Hawthorne.
Blessings, though.
What up? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
So I definitely had to ask a question and back up because I came in late, but I tried to scroll back and listen. So my thing is, how is a person's kindness or affection ever become devalued just because they have an endless supply to give their person who doesn't want it?
So look at it biblically.
Aren't they just with the wrong person?
Ah, okay.
So
could be.
How can kindness and affection from a person that you are in a relationship with be devalued? Like, I don't understand that.
So let me give you just a little bit of clarity. If you are coming from a healed space, there is no ledger, right? There is no receipt. If you're coming from a healed space, if you're giving from a healed space, you're giving because you have it to give, and whatever you give does not diminish you, right?
Right.
That's where you give. Then nothing is lost in that exchange. But when you're in this dynamic, attachment style dynamic, especially the insecure attachment style dynamic between the push and pull of the anxious preoccupied and the avoidant, the anxious preoccupied might be giving to a person who sees that reassurance, who sees that love, that kindness, that caring. They may see it as intimate inflation, Like, oh, they're devaluing it because, again, they came from a childhood environment where really emotionally they were shut down, right? So they went inside, and once they went inside, they learned or developed a way to self-soothe. They elevated their independence, that I could do it myself. I'm not, and now as an adult, anybody who tries to pour love is somewhat of an attack. Reassurance isn't. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. So it becomes devalued because it's too much for the other individual.
They feel claustrophobic. They feel smothered, overwhelmed. Do you see?
Okay.
That makes sense?
I do see now. Yes, it makes a lot of sense now. So
come on, LS. Come on. I'm with you. You got something else?
Right, because this is naturally so a person that is anxious, preoccupied, and is normally overdoing it, I guess, in the relationship with they normally attract those that are avoidant or dismissive.
Yes. Well, dismissive avoidant is one, and then you have fearful i.e. disorganized, and that's like a combination of anxious and the dismissive avoidant.
So, but the anxious preoccupied is the one that normally attracts everyone.
Well, no, they attract
like the narcissist.
No, they attract each other now. So you have the anxious preoccupied and the avoidant relational trap, like they're drawn to each other. Do you see?
I see.
They're drawn to each other. And I think they're drawn to each other to kind of expose each other to what needs to be worked on, to what needs to be dealt with. Yeah.
So that's a good thing. In a sense, if they are,
it's a good thing after it stops hurting. It's good after it stopped hurting, and then you can be like, oh, that's what that was for. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that.
But the manner of the relationship is to show you yourself and what you need to work on. But a lot of times, like, people will leave once a person reveals this thing about themselves that they weren't expecting in the relationship. And very rarely do they work through it. But it seems like these people that are attracted to each other, that have these adverse things that show what they need to work on, should stay together and come to their, like, highest self. And then it'll be wonderful, right? Like,
maybe.
Wouldn't that be better? He said maybe.
I don't know.
Like, depending on the relationship. But if they're both doing self-work, then what is, like, okay, so...
Well, that is actually the goal.
Right, so...
But let me explain it really quickly. So the whole self-work piece is just for you, right? And hopefully, if you're doing your self-work and your partner's doing their self-work and you guys decide to stay together, you guys might be a little bit more cognizant of each other's boundaries. You might be a little bit more forgiving, kind, extending grace to one another. Because, again, this self-work is about self-acceptance. Now, let me take it even further.
Okay.
This is hard for a lot of people with the self-acceptance piece. But if I'm learning to accept myself, I'm also learning how to accept my partner as they are. The best relationships are those with two human beings who recognize that they're not perfect and that they're human. It's so difficult to be with a human being. A human being is flawed, messy. A human being will hurt your feelings at any turn if they have a bad day. But the person who learns how to consciously relate is aware of this inherent hiccup, flaw, not really a flaw, but just the way humans are made, the part of the human condition. You see, many of us are so broken, we're looking at the partner as a type of resource that will make sure that we never have to pay too much attention to our wounds anymore. That person is going to show up. That person is going to do right. The wounds are safe. I'm safe. And I get to move on without actually looking inward.
Now, what happens if you are with a person who is like that, but they still are encouraging you to do your self-work, but they're not leaving you even if you don't?
What?
Bro.
Listen, you better get away from that person. What in the hell?
I'm just saying, just because I accept you the way that you are, if you would like to step into the place where you have to do some extra working on yourself, that is a wonderful thing. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to discard you because you haven't arrived to your higher self.
That's true. I love it. I love it. Hey, LS, guess what you just did?
About Hawthorne in the building.
Hawthorne, California is in the building when we come forward. Dallas, Texas, and the Reverend is waiting in the wings.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
no warrant, no key, privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say your thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I was just thinking about you. Wondering if you wear the same cologne. Smell good on you. Had the next boyfriend of mine try that same kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of
But it
reason
stuck on him, though.
and his co-host,
You know what they say.
man,
Everything ain't for everybody.
Jill Scott, man.
I tried anyway.
She reminds me of
You
warm bowl of cream of wheat, just cinnamon and butter, nutmeg. Whew. I love me some Jill Scott, man. You say, why would you say she reminds you of a bowl of cream of wheat? Because cream of wheat, one of them comfort foods. Cream of rice. I ain't never heard of no cream of rice. What in the world? Cream of wheat, man. Listen, the voice of reason. I got to get my final caller in here right now. This is good right now. Reverend L, Dallas, Texas. Man, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What's up, brother Zoe?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna keep this real short and sweet. I'm a comment on I'm making a little segue comment on what Attila was talking about, and with the SWOT analysis. I think usually people don't address that SWOT analysis until it's too late for most people. They only do that when they feel like they're losing that person or they're losing that situation. Then now, let me go ahead and let me do some work on myself. Let me check myself. Let me do these type of things when you should have been doing that in the front end. Don't do it because you're about to lose this person. So really, you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for that other person, and it's still probably not going to work out in the end. And that person needs to know that you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for me.
Wow. Wow. And listen, it never works when you do it for them.
Never.
How about that? Any self-improvement, anything meaningful in your life that you're trying to do, it never works when it's for them.
It's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid.
Yeah. I love it, brother. Guess what you just did?
I brought Dallas, Texas in the building. I got one more thing I want to drop if I got a second to do this.
You got a second to do it.
Say, last thing, ladies, please, this is a message to the ladies. Please stop giving men credit on potential and ambition, because men will nickel and dime you to death, and you take that to the bank with hope, thinking that man's going to be a good spouse, and you're setting yourself up.
Reverend L from Dallas, Texas. We love it. We love it when they come with the fire. In the stock exchange of intimacy, lovers behave like irrational traders running a shadow economy beneath their own awareness. We tell ourselves that love transcends calculation, yet every glance, delay, and sigh functions like a market signal, pricing vulnerability, discounting kindness, and arbitrating attention. We talked about it today. I started the conversation. It's really up to you to finish it. The voice of reason got 3 more shows like this for the rest of the week. Let's get it.
You want me to help you find it, but I don't know where you go when you go.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm